Top 5 tips to make a connection online. In today's digital world, it's hard but not impossible to make connections with people. One of the major reasons that small businesses tend to get competitive is that they lose sight of the grow together mentality that America is built on. Additionally, in general, we tend to lose sight of the big picture. You should be treating your fellow online entrepreneurs like you would in the mom and pop shops in your local area. Therefore, why not step outside of your comfort zone and reach out to some like-minded business owners online? Talk about what they're doing to get customers in the door and give them tips on what you're doing that's working for you. Discuss what you can do to build a business relationship and grow together. If you've been around for some time, you'll have some experience that you can share with them. You can also offer them some encouragement and allow them to teach you some new methods for marketing, as well as new tech and anything else they know about that you don't. In this tutorial, we'll discuss 5 tips to make a connection online. Utilize video chats. A few years ago, online relationships came with the stigma of the lonely kid in his parents' basement. However, this isn't the case anymore. There are many true friendships and partnerships that are coming out of online interactions. One great way to build these relationships is through video calls. Simply being able to hear someone's voice and see their face makes a huge difference in online relationships. When you meet via video chat instead of text chat, you create a much deeper connection because you can see their mannerisms and body language, and you can hear their tone of voice instead of just guessing. Make some time in your schedule to have video calls with your connections. It doesn't have to be anything major, just some time to interact and get to know each other. Join LinkedIn. One great way to branch out with new clients and relationships online is through LinkedIn groups. This will allow you to connect with a target audience, as well as expand your knowledge and converse with others in your industry. Another great way to build connections online is via LinkedIn articles. Write an article asking a critical question to encourage engagement from others. Share the article on LinkedIn and Facebook groups or send it out to your email list to get the conversation going. Be sure to follow up with those who comment and build your connections from there. Reach out first. When working online, networking often feels strange or forced, but there are some ways that you can overcome the awkwardness. Start by reaching out to someone by commenting on a blog or social media post or responding to an email. Mention something you like about them, the content, their business model, etc. If you would like to make a deeper connection, ask if they might be interested in a coffee chat, usually via video or phone if you're not in the same town, to see if there is anything you could collaborate on with each other. Typically, the hardest part of starting a relationship is that first contact. Most people do crave human connection, though. If you make the first move, you dramatically increase your chances of being able to talk to that person. Join Facebook groups. Take some time to join a few relevant groups on Facebook and then engage as much as possible. If you're a member of a lot of groups, your attention will be split in that many directions. However, if you only have a few groups to focus on, you're able to create more quality connections. Connect on Instagram. Instagram is a great way to make online connections. Instead of going through and randomly following accounts, look for those that you really like in the hashtags. Then, leave meaningful comments on their content. If you interact with them, they are more likely to interact right back with you. This will help you build valuable connections, especially if you take the time to respond to comments and ask questions to start conversations. Conclusion. These days, it seems that everyone has gone digital. This has made it difficult to build lasting connections. However, it's not impossible. If you use these tips, you can easily make lasting and valuable connections online with like-minded people. Virtual networking explained for businesses. A virtual network is a system in which companies and individuals can connect with each other despite local differences. This allows remote access of the system, which makes troubleshooting and repairing issues much easier. In this presentation, we'll discuss what virtual networking is and how it works for businesses. What is virtual networking? A virtual network is one in which all devices, machines, data centers and servers are connected via software or wireless tech. This means that the reach of the network can be expanded as far as required for maximum efficiency. A virtual network does not follow the conventional rules of networking because it's not wired. The devices on a virtual network interact via Internet technology. This means that they have a much further reach than devices that are wired together. A virtual network is as limitless as the Internet. This is sometimes referred to as NAAS, or Networking as a Service. How does a virtual network operate? A virtual network uses innovative tech to create an expanded wireless network. This network includes vSwitch software, allows setup/configuration of a virtual network. Virtual network adapter, this creates a gateway between networks. Physical network, this hosts the virtual network. Virtual machines/devices, these are instruments that are connected to the network, allowing a variety of functionality. Servers, part of the infrastructure of the network host. Firewalls/security, designed to monitor/stop security threats. 3 virtual network classes. There are 3 classes of virtual networks: VPN, VLAN, and VXLAN. We will explain these in detail. VPN, Virtual Private Network. A VPN uses the Internet to link 2 or more existing networks. This allows users to log in from anywhere to gain access to the networks that are linked. VPNs can also be used to mask Internet use on public Wi-Fi, which ensures secure browsing. A VPN is established when data that is attached to packets defines the routing information that routes a user to a certain address. This creates a tunnel of addresses which encrypts the browsing history and makes it impossible to remotely access information. A VPN offers a small-scale virtual network via the Internet for people to connect. VLAN, Virtual Local Area Network. A VLAN utilizes partitions to group certain devices on a LAN into domains that have resources/configurations applied to each one. A VLAN provides better management, security and monitoring of the devices/servers within a certain domain. VXLAN, Virtual Extensible Local Area Network. A VXLAN provides a tunnel to a Level 2 network from your Level 3 network infrastructure via switches at each endpoint. Another piece of tech included in this network is a base case, either physical or virtual, that is able to route data between endpoints. Virtual networking for business has a variety of benefits, including the following: the ability to work remotely, digital security, streamlined hardware, flexibility/scalability. It doesn't require much hardware, which means it's easier to scale at a lower cost of ownership, cost savings, and increased productivity. Virtual networking and contemporary business. In the ever-evolving world of digital business, virtual networking is very important because it addresses the need for remote accessibility, scalability, security, cost savings, and flexibility. Just like most services that can be outsourced by enterprise businesses, virtual networking offers benefits, including ensuring that your valuable resources can be better spent making sure that your tech meets your needs. As society continues to change to where more people are working remotely, virtual networking and NAAS services will become more critical for businesses to function. The next phase for digitally transforming businesses that have already become a virtual enterprise could very well be virtual networking capabilities. For example, expanding your virtual network to encompass more than a simple VPN to increase productivity is one way that your business can evolve in the digital world. Conclusion. Virtual networking allows individuals within a company to connect with each other no matter where they are in the world. This means that companies are able to be more productive and troubleshooting/repairing issues is much easier. Worst 5 faux pas to avoid when virtual networking. Whether you're just getting started in your new role or you've been around a few years, you know that a strong network is critical for your career. In fact, you've probably already been affected by a professional connection in some way. Connections are not only beneficial for mentorship and finding your next opportunity, they're also necessary for your overall health and well-being. For many years, most of us have considered networking as face-to-face conversations at events or gatherings. However, in today's world, that is changing rapidly. Virtual networking is becoming just as important as face-to-face networking. While there's really no right or wrong way to network, it's easy to make a few faux pas when connecting online. In this presentation, we'll look at 5 of the worst faux pas that must be avoided when you are virtual networking. Sending random LinkedIn requests. When you're attending a virtual networking event, don't automatically send someone a social media request to connect just because you like what they say. Take the time to talk with them and send them a personal message first. Be an individual, not just someone that clicks buttons. Making it all about new connections. While it's true that networking is about meeting new people and checking out opportunities for connection, you don't want to forget about your existing relationships. If you struggle with maintaining your current relationships, there's no reason to bother trying to build new ones. Not dressing appropriately. When you are planning to attend a virtual networking event, you need to think about how you would dress if you were attending that same event in person. While it's true that a lot depends on the industry you're in and the event that you're attending, but you're not likely to show up looking unkempt and dirty. You're probably going to make yourself look presentable. This is because you want to make a good impression. After all, although it's through video, people can still see you and will make judgments based on your appearance. Therefore, you want to make sure that you look the part when joining a meeting. Not solving technical issues. One of the primary issues that you're going to come across when it comes to virtual networking is having an unprofessional setup. If you're having issues, it's going to look bad on you. Before you log into the meeting, be sure that you test your setup and see if there's any issues that need to be resolved. You'll want to make sure that your microphone and camera are connected and functioning properly. You'll also want to ensure that your speakers are working so that you can hear everyone and that your internet connection is stable. Immediately cold pitching. When it comes to pitching your products or services, cold pitching is the same whether in person or virtually networking. If you jump right into a conversation where you're trying to make a connection via social media and you just want to sell your products or services, they're not likely to be interested in what you have to say. Instead, take some time to get to know someone and build a genuine relationship with them. No one is attending an event to be sold products or services that they're not interested in. They want to meet people who are real and can provide value to their lives. Conclusion. Over the past several years, the world has moved more to virtual networking in lieu of face-to-face networking. However, there's really not much difference between the two. You need to be aware of what you're doing and how you approach meeting and connecting with others. Keep these most common faux pas in mind so that you can avoid them and be more successful when you're virtual networking.